Recently, I had come across this absolutely remarkable story. Title of it, Colluding Cop Caught Red-Handed on Camera Lying on the Stand. Stunning partial victory in J6 trial. Video shows it was DC cops who cut the tarps on the bleachers, not protesters. So the specific J6 case is USA versus Joseph Thomas. This case is a clear example of a smoking nun, and I realize it is a proper collation and display of the smoking nun evidence that is truly capable of changing minds. So here are the basic facts. Joseph Thomas is pictured here with his son. He participated on J6 as a demonstrator. He received 12 charges, including somersault of a police officer. Ultimately, he was found guilty of 7 charges, but 2 dismissed due to hung jury. There was a tarp cutting incident. I'm going to read you an account of what happened in a courtroom, as provided by Joseph Thomas's attorney, Roger Roots, on police officer Campanale. Campanale took the stand and testified that he could have arrested Joe Thomas. I believe the prosecutor asked specifically, and why is that? And he said, for cutting the tarp. And this was startling and very damaging to Thomas at the time. And I can tell you that the defense was not ready for this. Emily Lambert, who happened to have great knowledge of a lot of body cam footage, started scrambling immediately at the defense table while Campanale was on the stand. And fortunately, we're able to find some body cam footage. And remember, we have access to all this body cam footage in Discovery. But keep in mind, there's so many hundreds of hours that it's impossible for any one lawyer to go through it all. We were just fortunate enough that Emily Lambert, the paralegal for our team, had seen the footage. And so she knew that it was out there. If it hadn't been for Emily Lambert, we never would have been able to cross-examine like we did. And so when I got up to cross-examine Campanale, I started saying, well, you didn't see Mr. Thomas cut the tarp, did you? He admitted he did not. And I said, how could you have arrested him without probable cause to arrest? And he sort of wavered, as I recall. And he finally admitted, well, I guess I could not have arrested him without probable cause. And so now I present to you the smoking nun. Here's body cam footage with initial timestamp of 3:14, as seen here. So here's Campanale appearing as though he may be about to cut straps to the tarp in front of him. Look at the sequence.
Don't do it. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up.
Appears to be a phone in the left hand. There could be a knife in the right hand.
Back up, dude. Put the knife away and back up.
He says, put the knife away and back up.
That's a warning. That's a warning.
No violence.
No violence. Back up. Put the knife away and back up. Do as I said. All right?
Okay, so why this footage is so impressive. Current timestamp, 15:14 or 3:14 p.m. We'll go to a different section for vantage point. Timestamp 3:13. Look at the officer here in this tarp hole. Look at this little thing that comes up like that, the material, this green material wrapped around this roll. This is an extended cut of body cam footage you can find on this particular Rumble channel, Pakistani Rumblings. The timestamp is earlier, 15:08. You see the tarp hole as well as the other 2 landmarks I pointed out to you before. Now look what happens. Well, well, well. Look at that. They're creating the hole. Minutes earlier at 15:06, you have a hole forming, no evidence of people under the tarp, and a huge swarm of cops off in the distance, who, in my view, would act as a likely deterrent for this forming. The time differential is merely 5 minutes. So the question I have is, considering the real motivations of all of these demonstrators, were they not shuffled in for a photo op? Regardless of who these people are, the evidence is irrefutable that this crime scene was literally created with dozens of police standing around, probably to block the view, in my opinion. When you're simply following orders, you may not have a clearer view of the bigger plan. All right, the last point I'll make here is, notice the line of police to the right of the tarp structure. Very convenient that moments later, they're all gone and there are protesters in their place. In the collective, we have to come to the point of recognizing that there are some major problems, the root of which exist in human nature, with man's emotional frailty and weakness to debauchery. It will take many smoking nuns to convince the most resistant that the collective has some major problems needing to be addressed. As we all collectively get towards a similar set of factual pages through individual effort, key individuals will get the gears in motion to bring actual justice to the picture. So please share these smoking nuns, like and subscribe. Thanks. Peace.
You've been chosen.